Good afternoon, everyone from Happy Valley. I'm Dr. Ford. I'm your instructor for Higher Ed 545. I've also taught Higher Ed 545 here residentially, and I was part of the development for this course at World Campus. So it's very exciting for me to get to teach it online for the first time. I wanted to take a few moments to reflect on your reflections on the discussion board, and then also highlight some of the interesting connections people made on the introduction board. So there was a lot of chatter on the discussion board about how representative the Walk the Line activity was. So there are 15 students in our class. Were the statistics that were coming out of the activity actually representative of higher ed or people who study masters in higher ed? So first I wanted to tell you that the statistics were coming out of a sample of 30, so they were coming out of our section and another section of 545. And I wanted to assure you that the race and gender statistics are representative both of World Campus and of the residential M.Ed. I know many of you were surprised that so many people had parents who attended college and who went to college funded and without loans. And I'm a sociologist of education, and so I can tell you that that is not representative of the whole world of higher education, but is more representative of people who get masters and go on to doctoral work. Those people generally tend to have more social advantages. So now I wanted to just highlight some of your comments. Maria wrote about how when she came to the United States from Argentina, she had one idea of what the American dream was, and she quickly learned that there were many opportunities in higher education, but who were those opportunities open to? And Laura had a very interesting reply to that, as did Gabby, who wrote about her recent trip to Cuba and how higher education there is free, despite many of the problems in Cuba. So, and people responded to that. There was a lot of really interesting discussion there. And I just wanted to highlight that inequality and access is one of the main themes of this course. So look for that stream of thought as we move forward through the weeks. Holly had a really interesting post about first-generation students and also faculty-student interaction that was a little bit controversial on the discussion board. People thought students should take more responsibility for interacting with faculty. And then Kiara wrote back and made an interesting point that the problem is really on both sides. People find themselves in these classes with 100 students, but also students still need to take responsibility and make an effort. So I thought that was a really interesting summary comment of that discussion. And then Laura had a comment that a lot of people also responded to, where she talked about having students that want to know which major to study in order to get the career that they want. That students come in thinking that major and career are tightly coupled. And Laura responds to them saying, actually, majors are tightly coupled with skills. And then you take those skills out into the workforce and you can have any number of careers. And William chimed in saying that he also talks to colleagues in the admissions office and sees this often in students, in student essays. So then I wanted to move on and talk a little bit about the introduction section. There were a lot of responses. I think overall this week there were 174 posts. So you were posting, you were responding to each other. It was incredible. So Jen and Sonia made an interesting connection. I'm going to put this quote up here that Jen posted, that she saw a quote by Sonia in the Penn Stater issue, the September-October issue. So in case you missed that, I wanted everyone to see that Sonia is an active member of the Penn State community and is being interviewed on important issues. Laura and Jen made a connection that they met each other at an alumni gathering recently. And then Will and Lauren saw that they had taken Higher Ed 490 together last fall. So it was really interesting to see the connections people were making in the introduction board. And then I just wanted to celebrate two important things that happened on the introduction board. Jenny got promoted to being registrar, and Will is going to be married in October, and he recently bought a house with his fiance. So thank you for being so open and candid and sharing those things. And I just wanted to close because on both boards there was some interest in how the World Campus class compared to the residential class. And I have an interesting perspective teaching in both. And I wanted to say that your comments were as deep and as thoughtful as any discussion that I've had in a residential class. And perhaps what was so exciting about it was that everyone participated. When I teach a residential class, there are always 5 people that talk all the time, 5 people that never talk, and 5 people that jump in from time to time. The fact that all 15 of you were active and engaged was really wonderful to see, and I look forward to seeing that moving forward. Thank you.